Hi everyone, Maz here from Saturday Kitchen, and today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to make a baked chocolate and espresso cake. The reason I'm doing that is because I saw it in a shop when I was in Barrie recently, and it looked delicious, but it was totally not vegan. And also celebrating a birthday today, so it's a really awesome birthday cake, hopefully, fingers crossed. So what I've done is I've sifted 1.5 cups of gluten-free flour and put it into a mixing bowl. So I use Bob's Red Mill gluten-free 1-to-1 baking flour because it's just easy. To that I'm going to add a cup of raw cacao. So because you're baking it, I guess it doesn't really matter if it's raw cacao or not, but I actually like the richness and round flavour of raw cacao. So, pop a cup of that in there. And I'm also going to put in 1/2 cup of organic carob powder, because I think when you mix cacao and carob together, the flavours are really delicious. Also, carob's got some pretty awesome nutritional properties as well. So just 1/2 cup of that. It smells so good. Okay. And to round up the dry ingredients, I'm just going to put in 1 cup of coconut sugar. Give that a bit of a stir, just to combine it before I add the wet ingredients. Might turn it up to you guys so you can see. It's like a delicious smelling chocolate mess of goodness. Alright, so once that's pretty much combined, just set it aside, and to bind, I'm going to add some wet ingredients or sticky ingredients. So this is just 1 cup of sweet potato. I chopped it up really small and then boiled it for like 15 minutes. I'll just pop that in. That adds moistness but also a little bit of sweetness as well. And the starch in the potato kind of helps to bind everything together for the gluten-free baking. I'm also going to add some coconut oil. So we'll go with 3/4 of a cup of coconut oil because that's what's left in the jar. Okay. And because it's an espresso cake, I got some awesome shots of coffee from a place called Hyper here in Yarra. So it's about 100 mils of espresso. And then to make sure the whole thing binds, just put in the equivalent of 3 flax eggs. So to make a flax egg, it's just 1 tablespoon of linseed or flax meal with 3 tablespoons of water. I also forgot to mention that with the flour, I also sifted in 1 tablespoon of baking powder so that the thing rises. So I'm going to just stir this out and just kind of be gentle with it, making a nice batter. Okay, so it just needs a little bit more moisture. So you can add either nut milk or water. It depends on what's available here. Do you have nut milk in the fridge? Awesome. Pure Harvest almond milk, which is handy. So we'll just put in 1/2 cup of that and 1/2 cup of water. The tap water here is like, ordinarily I wouldn't use it like that, but it's rainwater, so it's awesome. Just add it gradually. So you don't want to make the batter too wet. You can use a mixer as well to do this, but like, I'm just kind of winging it. So I hope it works. And if it does work, I'll feel pretty awesome. If it doesn't work, we'll have a really sad birthday boy. Alright. So you can see how like awesome and fudgy that's looking. And it smells pretty damn good. And over here is a grease springform tin. So just use some coconut oil to grease the edges and some baking paper on the base. The oven has been set to 180 degrees Celsius and it's just preheating. And we're just gonna pop this into the oven probably for 35 minutes and then just putting a toothpick or skewer through it to see if it's moist. This is actually like super hurting my arms. Like quite gluggy, but it looks really good. Okay, so there it is. It kind of looks like thick, awesome, delicious chocolate pudding. So you want a kind of thick chocolate pudding consistency before it goes into the oven to bake. I'm gonna taste it because usually, you know, with cakes, if the batter's good, then the cake's gonna be good. Yeah, it's pretty good. Oh wow, it's like super good. Alright, so just popping it into your grease tin. And spreading it out evenly. Tap it a few times to get rid of the air bubbles, and just like that it goes into the oven, like I said, for like half an hour. Check it after 20 minutes. It'll probably still need a little bit longer, so we'll just check in after it's been in there for half an hour. Alright. Okay guys, as you can see, it's dark outside now. Many days have passed, or maybe just like an hour has passed, and now it's time to glaze the cake. So, oh my god, it worked. Stoked. It looks really, really moist and feels kind of nice and springy. And so, because this is quite rich, we're going to put a sweet glaze on it. So, to make a simple glaze, just got some maple syrup. So we'll put in, let's say, half a cup of maple syrup. And 2 heaped tablespoons of coconut oil. A heaped tablespoon of peanut butter. A tablespoon of cacao butter, again, super heat. And a tablespoon of carob powder as well. Scrape all that goodness into the blender. I'm going to add a little bit of almond milk. Just enough to make the consistency a nice runny glaze. So let's say 1/8 of a cup. So I'll just blend this and I'll come back. Okay, so that's blended nice and smooth. You can see this. Oh god, so yum. So what we're gonna do is just pour it over the cake. Oh, look at that shit. Yum. Like, few things in the world make me this happy. Making cake and having it turn out awesome is one of them. So you just want to spread it all the way along the top. You can get all relevant to the current aesthetics of cakes and have them drip down the sides. But because this is all precariously balanced on a board that I don't want to have to clean up after, I'm going to leave it like this. I just got little Loving Earth chocolates, because this is like the world's most quickly put together birthday cake. Yoink. Uh-oh. Yoink. Ah. Cute. Done. So I'm going to cut it because I want to show you guys how moist it is on the inside. Who doesn't like moist cakes? Ta-da, ta-da. Come closer. FYI, super cute. Alright. Like, actually, deliciously moist. I'm very stoked because I made this up and wasn't really sure it was going to work, but now I know it's going to be the bomb. So I'll write out the recipe based on what I just said and pop it into the description below and have a go. It didn't take very long at all. It ended up being about 40 minutes in the oven, and it's so dope. I'm really happy, and hopefully the birthday dude will be too.